Have you ever stopped to consider the very nature of your own existence? The question of what reality truly is has puzzled philosophers, scientists, and thinkers for centuries. If you take a moment to observe your surroundings, how can you be certain that what you see, hear, and feel is truly real? What if everything around you is just an elaborate illusion? Imagine for a moment that everything you perceive is not as solid as it seems. What if reality itself is constructed by your mind? You might wonder how this could be possible. One theory suggests that our brains create our reality based on the limited information we receive through our senses. This means that what we experience is only a filtered version of the world around us. But does that mean the reality we know is incomplete? Think about how a computer generates a 3D environment in a video game. The game world feels real as long as you're in it. Yet behind the scenes, it's just code translating commands into visuals. Similarly, some scientists suggest that our reality may operate on similar principles. Some even go so far as to claim that our universe could be a highly sophisticated simulation. It's a bold idea, but it raises an important question. If everything is a simulation, then who or what is running it? And if it's true, does it even matter? Maybe the real question is why we're so eager to uncover the truth about our reality. We spend our lives accepting what we see without questioning what lies beneath. But every once in a while something makes us pause. A feeling that there's more than meets the eye. An intuition that reality is hiding something from us. That's why we search for answers. Why we ask these deep questions. Is reality just a physical space? Or is it a manifestation of our consciousness? Many ancient philosophies have suggested that what we call reality is merely a projection of the mind, that everything we see and experience is a reflection of our inner state. Modern science, in some ways, is beginning to agree. Quantum physics tells us that particles behave differently when they are observed. You might be wondering how this connects to your life. If your consciousness plays a role in shaping reality, then your thoughts and beliefs could have a far greater impact than you realize. But what does this mean for our understanding of existence? Could it be that by altering our perceptions, we actually alter reality? Some suggest that reality might not be fixed but fluid, constantly shifting in response to our perceptions. If true, it would mean that each of us lives in a slightly different version of the world. Maybe, in a way, we are co-creators of our universe. This idea can be empowering. It means that by changing your mindset, you could potentially change the world around you. However, it also brings up a troubling possibility. What if reality is nothing more than a shared illusion? An agreement that we all subconsciously accept? This concept isn't new. Philosophers like Plato and Descartes pondered whether the world we experience is just shadows on the wall of a cave. If reality is just a construct, then are we truly free? Or are we confined by the limits of the perception we've been given? That's why so many are fascinated by the idea of breaking free. You may ask yourself, what would it look like to see the world beyond these limits? Some people have claimed to have glimpsed this greater reality through altered states of consciousness, meditation, deep states of focus, or even near-death experiences. They describe a sensation of merging with something far greater than themselves, a feeling that the physical world is just a small part of a much larger tapestry. But could these experiences just be tricks of the mind? Or are they hints of a deeper truth? The challenge lies in distinguishing between illusion and reality. What if, after all our searching, we find that reality is more complex than any theory could capture? The more we study, the more it seems that the nature of reality might be beyond human comprehension. But does that mean we should stop searching? On the contrary, it's our curiosity that pushes us to explore new ideas. What if the purpose of questioning reality isn't to find a definitive answer, but rather to expand our understanding of what's possible? Maybe reality is far more malleable and mysterious than we've been led to believe, and if that's the case, then perhaps we're not just participants, but also architects of our own existence. It's a concept that can be both unsettling and inspiring. If reality is fluid, then you have the power to shape it. Your choices, thoughts, and actions could ripple out and influence the very fabric of existence. So, what will you choose to believe? That's the ultimate question. Are we here to uncover some hidden truth, or are we here to create meaning in the reality we're given? Either way, the mystery of reality remains one of the greatest puzzles of human existence, and maybe, just maybe, it's the journey of exploration that matters more than the destination. If reality is shaped by our perceptions, then how can we ever be sure that we're seeing things as they truly are? What if there are aspects of reality that we're blind to because our senses are limited? Think about how certain animals can see ultraviolet light or hear frequencies far beyond human capacity. It makes you wonder, what else could be out there existing just beyond our reach? Some suggest that our minds act as a filter, showing us only what we need to see to function in this world. If that's true, then what's being hidden from us? You might be asking yourself, why would reality be hidden? One theory is that our conscious minds can only handle so much information at once. To prevent overload, our brains simplify the complex tapestry of existence into a version that we can easily navigate. But what happens when we try to look beyond that veil? Many people who practice meditation or engage in deep self-reflection report feeling a sense of expanded awareness. They describe moments where time seems to slow down or dissolve altogether, where they feel connected to something greater, something that defies ordinary explanation. Could these experiences be glimpses of a broader reality? Or are they simply tricks of the brain, desperate attempts to make sense of the unknown? If we accept that our perceptions are limited, it raises another question. Could there be multiple layers of reality existing simultaneously, like different channels on a television, each broadcasting its own version of events? And if so, which one is the true reality? Perhaps none of them, or perhaps all of them, depending on your perspective. It's an unsettling thought. It means that what we see as solid and real could be just one version of a much more complex truth. But if reality is layered, is there a way to access these other layers? Throughout history, people have sought ways to transcend ordinary consciousness. Through rituals, altered states, or spiritual practices, they've aimed to peel back the layers of reality. And some claim to have succeeded. These people speak of seeing the world in new, profound ways. They describe a sense of unity, as if all things are interconnected by a single invisible thread. But does that mean they've discovered the true reality? Or is it simply another layer? The more we try to define reality, the more it seems to slip through our fingers. It's like trying to catch smoke in your hand. The tighter you grasp, the more it dissipates. So should we even try to define it? Or should we embrace the uncertainty? Maybe reality is meant to be fluid and ever-changing. Maybe that's the beauty of it. That it can never be pinned down to a single definition or experience. Instead of searching for a final answer, perhaps we should focus on how we experience reality. Because even if reality is an illusion, it's the only one we have, and that makes it valuable. In the end, reality is what we make of it. We give it meaning through our thoughts, emotions, and actions. So what kind of reality will you choose to create? Will you see it as a world full of limitations, or as a playground of infinite possibilities? Maybe the true power lies in accepting that we'll never have all the answers. And that's okay, because it's the questions themselves that keep us moving forward. They push us to explore, to expand, to challenge what we believe. And through that process we grow. So instead of asking, what is reality? Perhaps we should ask, what do I want my reality to be? After all, if perception shapes reality, then you have more influence over your world than you might think. Maybe that's the real secret, that the greatest power is not in uncovering some hidden truth, but in realizing that you have the power to shape your own experience. And that's something no theory or philosophy can ever take away from you. So while the nature of reality may remain one of life's greatest mysteries, your role within it is clear. You are both the observer and the creator, the seeker and the shaper. And maybe, just maybe, that's the ultimate reality. If you're both the observer and the creator, then what does that mean for the world around you? Is everything simply a reflection of your inner state, a mirror showing you the beliefs you hold, the fears you harbor, and the dreams you strive for? Some suggest that every person, every experience, and every event in your life is there to teach you something about yourself. It's like the universe is a giant canvas, and your thoughts and emotions are the brushstrokes that paint your reality. But how can that be? You might wonder, if I'm creating my reality, why do negative things happen? The answer may lie in the nature of growth. Sometimes, challenges and hardships are necessary to push us beyond our comfort zones. Just as muscles grow stronger through resistance, the soul may evolve through adversity, so the reality you face, whether good or bad, might be shaping you into who you're meant to become. If you look at it that way, then every moment, no matter how difficult, carries a deeper purpose. But does that mean we have complete control over reality? Not quite. Even if we're creators, we're also participants in a shared world. We influence reality, but we don't control it entirely. Just as in a symphony, each instrument plays its own part, but the overall music emerges from the harmony or discord of every note. Your thoughts, beliefs, and actions contribute to the symphony of reality. But so do the thoughts, beliefs, and actions of everyone around you. This means that reality is co-created. You might think of it as a dance where each person's movements influence the flow. So what does that mean for your power as an individual? It means you have a profound impact on your corner of reality. By changing yourself, you change the world around you. It's not about bending reality to your will, but about aligning yourself with a higher version of it. A version where you act consciously, choose wisely, and contribute positively. And when you do that, reality responds. It's almost as if the universe mirrors your energy back to you. But if reality is so intertwined with our inner states, then how do we navigate it? That's where awareness comes in. The more aware you become of your thoughts, emotions, and actions, the more power you have to influence your reality. Awareness is like the light that reveals the path forward. When you're aware, you notice the patterns in your life, the recurring themes, the people who trigger you, the opportunities that seem to repeat. All of these are clues, guiding you to understand the deeper layers of your own reality. But becoming aware is just the first step. The real challenge is to act on that awareness, to see beyond the surface and recognize that you have a choice. A choice to change your thoughts, your perspective, and ultimately your experience of reality. It's not always easy,